We are celebrating Joey Panic's birthday today, and it wouldn't be a party without raising a glass for our birthday toast. So we asked Sean King from Michael's Wine Cellar to join us with some birthday wine suggestions.
All right, so
Yes.
I love my birthday only because I drink my favorite kind of wine in the world, which is Pinot Noir.
Me too,
And
that's my
while
favorite. Love it.
this isn't necessarily the best, birthday celebration wine, I love it. So, with that said, this is a great wine because it's ending the summer, and as we move into the fall, we're going to get, before we know it, Thanksgiving is going to be on us. And here
Yes.
at Michael's, we have Wine, Women, and Shoes. We have all the craziness that takes part.
Yeah.
So, I love Pinot because it's delicious, it goes with everything, it is pretty, it's feminine, and it can be obscenely expensive.
We'll have to drink it for Joey.
I was going to say pretty feminine and could be obscenely expensive.
So we'll tell you how to
Happy birthday, Joey. Happy birthday.
And Megan, thank you. I guess you're driving today, so
Yes.
we appreciate.
So
All right, so what's the first
The
one you
first
have?
wine is called Chamazal. It is from Edna Valley.
I do want to smell it. Yeah.
This is 100% Pinot Noir from a cool growing region in California. And this is a wine that I really liked. And one of my reps, Kelly, turned me onto it. And anytime you can find a good Pinot Noir for less than $30, you've done well. And I think this
super good.
is that example.
I love
nice
Pinot
legs.
Noir.
For some people, and I'm not afraid to ask the dumb wine questions, because I know that I like wine, but I don't know a whole lot about it. Where does Pinot Noir fall in the red family?
So this is typically the prettier, lighter style. Although great reds, great Pinot Noirs, which we'll get to the last one, I think will last comfortably for 30 years in the bottle.
Wow.
And people don't think about that for Pinot, but
All right,
so
well, this is delicious.
to the Chamazal and to
your
the birthday.
Thank you, thank you. I know we have a couple more to try. I did get a sip, and it's very, very good. And this is the part that makes me sad, but we do have to dump.
it?
Well,
Yeah,
it's
this is
before
way
10 o'clock. All right, so you have a second one.
The second one.
Candace, just because everyone else is here.
All right.
The second one is from a producer in France, and this grape is oddly enough Gamay. And people think about Beaujolais, and this is Cru Beaujolais, as being kind of light and kind of plonk, you know?
Plunk.
Okay.
Plonk. And so there are a few growers in Beaujolais called the Gang of Four. And they are working with vines that are 70 years old, and they're making wines the way they made them back in the 40s. And this is a wine that I love. Cru Beaujolais, and when people think about Beaujolais, they think of $10, $15, and this is 40. But
Look, he puts his whole
again,
face in it.
yeah, put your nose in there. This is,
You
that's what
guys
I'm
have seen
talking about.
Sideways.
Yes, yes. And actually, Michael Klauber taught Linda that, to put the nose right in.
Got to shake it first, and
Now-
then put the nose in.
Tell me something. Having red wine here in Florida, where it gets warm, if you don't have a cooler or a wine room, which we don't, what's the best way to store it so that you can serve it at the right temperature?
I think if you keep them in dark spaces, if you have more than 50 bottles or something, otherwise you can just pull it and throw it in the fridge for a half an hour.
So
And
that's not a
no,
faux pas.
to
'cause
bring it down.
I have
yeah.
done that, and people look at me like I'm
Oh,
I
from
think
the
these
wrong
wines
side.
drink best at
Floridians, we can do whatever we want.
they drink best at 55 degrees. And the last one came from my cellar at home.
which
and
I think we need to.
Yeah, we need to get to.
just for time. Which again, this makes me sad.
yeah.
So we're not dumping the last one out.
I know, no. All right, so tell us, this
the
is
last one.
This is a big deal.
This is from I think one of the greatest producers on the planet of
your nose all
Pinot
up in
Noir.
there.
His name's Armand Rousseau,
very
and
light.
this is from 2010. This is from my cellar. This retails for about $400 a bottle.
Oh my gosh.
Now we're talking.
That's my
taking this
second.
And this is a wine that you want to go like this too.
It won't kill you.
Hold on with
It's so
two
good.
hands.
It's such
It's
a different
so
type
right.
of cranberry color than
And
the
this
And
other
you
ones
did pour these
Yeah,
before,
I
because
pour
how
these-
long, ideally,
Yeah,
when you have
yeah,
a
I
wine
wanted
like
this-
this?
It's
I
crazy
know.
smooth. So
Sean, how
good.
long do you want to keep? Do you want to pour this ahead of time, especially when it's a?
I did this
A bottle.
because I wanted to get a little bit of air and kind of fatten up the hair in the glass. But this is
Really?
fatten up.
Velvety.
Fatten up in the glass.
Oh, mine looks fatter.
You know, I know that I've heard some people say like, oh, when it hits a certain price point, can you really taste the difference? But I have to say yes.
I mean, like, delicious.
Yes.
So smooth.
And fair enough for a morning before 10 a.m.
Indeed.
Have you ever had
Hey.
$400 wine
It's the new
before?
No, not that I know of.
Somebody else paid it.
Yes. Well, thank you. You
Thank
can
you,
find
guys.
these wines and many more at Michael's Wine Cellar, and at michaelswinecellar.com. You can visit online. Thank you, Sean.